Hi everybody, Tyson here, and what I am doing is a promotion for my cousin Maddisyn Boutilier, aka Glass Draws, for all of you who have DeviantArt accounts. Okay, it's a promotion of her story Sable, and here are ideas. I do not own any of these ideas, or characters, or settings. I'm just doing this to promote her and her story because it's very interesting. The general themes and plot. Right here, she hasn't thought she hasn't thought out the plot as far as I know, and as an unknown person here is saying there's a standard of morals. Are they similar or different to our world? And maybe interchanging, like there's 3 oracles, so a soothsayer, an oracle, a clairvoyant, in order to avoid reusing the same word. And this 3-eyed goat, very good present vibe. And yeah, here this person, Michael Hall, has for minor deity the god of frogs, and will include a frog god who will be nasty. A nasty frog god. Reminds me of Ward from Super Mario Bros. 2, and yes, the story is known as Sable. And yeah, it has an it's episodic and has kid heroes, and yes, interpersonal and intrapersonal conflicts, and yes, and the bad guy and the oracles are the defenders of the world, and yes, the oracle sword, it's important, but it's not the solution to everything. And Maddisyn ain't sure if to give every oracle an weapon / item. And she was inspired by the Dark Crystal, She-Ra and the Princess of Power, Adventure Time, Steven Universe, especially the first season's pilot episode, The Adventure Zone Balance. And yes, there's a link. And here's some of the ideas. If you know what the red X is, well, it accidentally moved around the images. Yes. And we have a protagonist, Pipi, or one of them, and well, she's hot-headed and likes friends and is very energetic. She's short-tempered and impatient, but brave and honest. And as you could, her adopted guardian, her father figure, Walestus, could not be any more or less different. And yes, those are the changes I've made, but they are accidental. Whoopsie. But again, I'm kind of terrible with that. And yes, with what I'm thinking of is probably her parents were out adventuring. Well, they probably have to do something incredibly important, like way more important than raise their daughter, because in a way similar to Hohenheim from Full Metal Alchemist, or something along the lines. And Vince, who's a fish human in hybrid, and well, he is wealthy and sheltered and shy, quiet, and a bit of a coward, but he will go beyond his comfort level in order to impress or avoid conflicts. And he is a fast learner and loves to read. I'm thinking that with Pipi and Vince will be the smart one, while Pipi will be the strong one. As you can see with those forearms, they look rather well developed, and I'm pretty sure they have claws that can let her climb walls and cut things up. Now here's the Oracle, who was given the power by the was given the power by the three-eyed goat, and he's quite contemplative. It has powers that he does not understand. It is stoic, but he does love to hang out with his friends. No, gladly, she does. With her, I'm thinking that she is probably an android or something, because of, well, mysterious past and being a relic from an older kingdom. Now, Angus, I think, yeah, he is, yeah, it says that he is stronger, so I think he's the strongest, and, yeah, yeah, we'll probably have a Pipi being the leader. Oh, okay, feel really wrong saying her name, but anyways, it's Maddisyn's idea, so what do I say now? With Bryce Silverspun and Spider Person? Well, I'm thinking that, yeah, I'd love to see a backstory between her and Walestus. And, yeah, Walestus is powerful, but he is easily frightened. Yeah, I'm thinking that he will eventually come upon the realization that the world he's on, that his people have abandoned him for some reason, maybe because they're extinct or something. And then we have a northern version of the Oracle's northern counterpart who lives in the frozen north. And yeah, I'm thinking that yeah, she's a mentor of the new Oracle, and well, she has to deal with her mentor's death. No, yeah, Flipwa. Oh, yeah, she'd definitely be important now. Regis? I had to look up what Nadsat is. And, yeah, he is. I'm thinking that he'll be interesting as well as a vibe seller. Now for general world building, as Michael Hall said, when making an important thing to know when making post-apocalyptic is that what it was before the end, that would influence what it is now, and how it is treated like that. A comment that one old rich dude with an iPad. Okay, that's a danger. Okay, it's very inspired by Adventure Time, so if you're Adventure Time fans, you should check Sable out. And it is millennia after an apocalypse, and someone hasn't figured out yeah, my god, clearly has a sense of humor. Maddisyn hasn't figured out if magic exists before or after the apocalypse, and it is a soft magic, and it's a world of mystery. And yeah, she'd like to do more research on biology instead of just doing something like giving a deer extra eyes, so the designs must be strong and believable. And yes, the world is not Earth, but it is very similar in terms of climate and evolutionary development. And yeah, I'm thinking that whatever the threat is, it's probably related to the ancient tech roots and stuff that Pipi's parents are entranced in. maybe they're like, it turns out that they've been imprisoned, trapped, or killed, and their daughter doesn't know, and she has to find them, or at the very least get closure on their fate. And yeah, there's a and yeah, there's the market is on the way between two planets. And yes, you could see that the world, it is on a it has a supercontinent with scattered islands. And yes, you could see to the north, around the poles, it is frigid, frozen wasteland as far as the eye can see. And in the equator, in temperate regions, there's vast forests and mountains. In the equatorial regions, the tall mountains, they block moist winds from moist eastward winds, which results in stretches of land getting dehydrated and becoming arid desert. And the first city is this desert city. And it's where Vince's parents are from. And there's a possibility of water being used as currency. And if the people there actually need to drink the water. The other city is a mountain kingdom in the mountains where Angus's family is. And if Maddisyn is unsure if she wants his family to be important in the political landscape, and it is very scientifically advanced bunch of scholars, and they live close to a forest, so yeah, there's timber and farmland. It is more elven. Now the market, it isn't a city or kingdom, but it's a halfway point between the two cities. And yeah, the characters keep showing up, and the possibility of a crystal knight whose kingdom live in Crystalia. And are they literally made of crystal? Well, there is a character named Batterdine who is a living crystal similar to Diamond Head from Ben 10. Yeah, that's the kind of the idea, but well, imagine Diamond Head but pink. And a kingdom or town on the way to the frozen domain of a northern oracle so that it's easier. Or do they dislike her or something? Now the folklore, I feel like they will be plot relevant because like Steven Universe, which was an inspiration, there's probably gonna be a lot of foreshadowing. Every little detail becomes a lot more important later on. Now the episodic plot ideas. Okay, the first four have clearly been thought out. Now episode 5, it would be nice to have a limelight. Yeah, smuggling. Okay, yeah, I can imagine some sort of Avatar Last Airbender-esque scene where the characters are lying their asses off and still manage to, convince someone despite the fact that they're terrible liars. Or yeah, a town where memory is used as currency. That's cool. Or yes, the Oxygen one. Maybe they go up a high mountain, or to the bottom of a sea, and well, they need to take care of their oxygen supplies. While Vince would be okay due to being a fish and able to breathe underwater, and I think Pipi would be a good swimmer, as she's based off a tiger, and tigers are, surprisingly for cats, not as aquaphobic as Sonic the Hedgehog or Rayla. or a Pokemon that's a rock ground type, fire ground type, or rock fire type, or you get the idea. And yeah, tigers love to swim in rivers and lakes in the jungle to cool off and catch fish. And yes, there's an artist's book. Working on it. And yes, the planet, the world they are located on, it's called Audroya. I don't know if I'm pronouncing it correctly. I'm terrible with names in languages other than English. But yeah, that's a pretty good name. And yes, I've even came up with Maddisyn's even came up with ideas for the Plaid, like there's a larger red sun and a smaller blue sun. Okay, as it's either red giant or it could be relative size, because distant objects, even objects that dwarf Earth, they look the size of coins when viewed from an astronomical unit away. So I'm probably thinking that it's closer to the cooler, longer-lived red sun. With Audroya is located closer to its cooler, longer-lived red sun with a blue sun much further away. And yeah, the red sun would cause black and dark colored foliage because of its dim light. And the blue sun, yes, blue and purple plants to shunt out that harmful radiation. And I'm thinking that with Audroya, it's probably it's that the red sun or orbits a blue sun, or we orbit a shared center of gravity with Audroya orbiting the red sun. And that is all I have to say about Sable Maddisyn Boutilier, aka Glass Draws. And here is her DeviantArt profile for everybody who's interested in checking her out. Yeah, I know it's kind of hard to see but yeah, that's the link. It's kind of hard to make out. But yeah, that's totally her. Anyways, I'm doing this promotion because, well, she is my family. And I do see that she has just as much, if not more, artistic talent than me. So I'm promoting her works because I do not claim any of these ideas as my own. And that is everything I have to say for today. Tyson out.